Hi, everybody. My name is Kenaz, and let's see, make sure this loads. I am a product manager who works at Puppet. And the first question that you might be having is, well, why is my talk 5 minutes? And I'm basically the pre-roll ad for your whole day, so you can have an ad-free experience the rest of the time, and give you my pitch and then get off stage. So the second question that you might be asking is, what the heck is Puppet doing up here? And that's a great question. And so over the past couple months, my team's been working on an incubation project that we call Project Nebula. That's, among other things, how to working on a solution for continuously deploying cloud-native applications and infrastructure. And specifically, the user problem that we're trying to solve here is, how do you orchestrate a serverless deployment as part of a larger deployment? And so if you have a couple of serverless functions that are being deployed, how then do you sort of take those pieces, put them together as part of a larger pipeline, and deploy your application end-to-end, and allow other people in your organization to also leverage those skills and technologies that you people understand how to put together into something that anyone can consume. And so that's the problem that we were looking to solve with Nebula. As I mentioned, a continuous deployment solution that is trying to take the pieces of what Puppet has worked on for a long time in the configuration management space for traditional servers and apply some of those similar principles and technologies to a cloud-native application deployment. And so, as I mentioned, we're trying to build upon existing tools that you might already have in your ecosystem. And so if you use Terraform for provisioning infrastructure, if you use Helm for deploying applications to Kubernetes, if you use Stackery to do your serverless functions, you should be able to orchestrate all of those pieces within a common workflow. The last sort of piece here is that all of this product that we're building is built on top of Tekton, which is an open source project for Kubernetes native pipelines. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that other folks will come up in here and talk about Tekton, but we're really excited to be able to partner with Tekton and use these technologies to build this experience on top. So with that, I'm going to switch over and do a demo because there's nothing like failing on a live demo in front of a lot of people and watching you fail embarrassingly. So in this case, I have a very simple serverless application, a single function, and I'm using Stackery rather than sort of tell you that I know everything about deploying serverless applications. We've partnered with Stackery to help you pull this kind of application in an end-to-end way. And so in this application, I have a very simple serverless function with a single route. It tells me, oh, sweet, the Wi-Fi is working. OK, so hello world, nothing too crazy here. OK, give me 1 second. Bloop. Better. OK, sorry about that. Wi-Fi, yeah. OK, so as I mentioned, I have a single function that today I'm deploying using Stackery. And Stackery is a serverless platform that uses CloudFormation as a way to, or packages CloudFormation and makes it really easy to deploy serverless applications. I was able to get one running pretty quickly, and I have a single serverless function here with a single route, as I mentioned, that just gives me a very simple response. So I'm going to modify that so that I make that more venue appropriate, and I will change that here, and then commit this. Go. Push. And this will now update my repo, and I'm going to now kick off that serverless deployment along with the other pieces that are required to put that application together. So this is where where Project Nebula comes in, which is a platform that enables you to orchestrate that serverless deployment as part of a broader application deployment. So in this case, I have a Stackery deployment as my first step. Alongside with that, I'm creating a S3 bucket using my CloudFormation module or step. We have support for over 20 different steps of very popular common tools like CloudFormation, like Terraform, and a bunch of other things. I am now going to run this workflow with a set of parameters. And what we're doing here is, again, using Tecton underneath the covers to go create a pipeline. We sort of model the entire deployment and provide a very simple, yes, YAML type interface to go on top of that. While we know that you might not like to, you spend all day, using YAML, we hope that we can provide some visualization tools on top of that to make it simpler for you to be able to see exactly what's happening in that giant stream of YAML. So in this case, I mentioned I have creating a website bucket and then deploying Stackery on top of that. We added an Easter egg at the very end here that makes this hopefully a little bit more interesting for everybody. And I really hope this works. Yes. Yes. OK, sweet. OK, so it created the bucket. Now the Stackery deployment is happening. We have live logs so you can see exactly what's happening during this deployment. Within the Stackery deployment, it's now it made the change to the function. It's now redeploying that entire CloudFormation stack that deploys the Lambda function, among other things. And hopefully, in a couple seconds, we will be able to see that the stack was deployed. And now if I go back to that serverless function, we see that, OK, the response changed. Great. So now I deployed that. I now deployed the front end to, in this case, just the S3 bucket. I'm deploying that static HTML file that you'll be able to see. And then I notify my team in Slack that, hey, this thing was deployed. Now everyone can see exactly where to go test this thing out. And when I click, boom. Yes. So again, this is the website that we just deployed using the updated copy that we just changed. So as I mentioned, we are just kicked off a public beta of this last month. And if this is interesting to you, we'd really appreciate you to sign up and give us feedback. Tell us all the things that we're doing wrong. We'd love to hear them so we can help solve some of these problems for you. Our public beta is at puppet.com/Project Nebula. And thanks for your time. Appreciate it.